This old toilet has seen a lot of action, and today I'm going to try to turn this old toilet into a garden. Toilet gardener. I don't know how many of you read my idea for the toilet gardener on my blog, Ideas by Chuck, but today I'm going to try to make a prototype. Basically replacing this lid to my reservoir, to the reservoir of my toilet, with this planter I got from Osh. I have a pretty bright bathroom. I think there's a good amount of light hitting the toilet, but one thing that's going to be important for a lot of people is to pick up a either a full spectrum bulb or some sort of grow light. I'm going to just go with the full spectrum bulb and replace my regular bulb. The concept of the toilet gardener is that there is going to be a wick, which I've just gotten some cotton sashing for, and basically the wick will hang down through a hole in the tray itself down into the water, probably about 1/8 of an inch, so that the wick will constantly be sucking moisture up into the dirt and you won't ever have to water this. I've drilled a hole for the wick. I'm going to have to make it a little bit larger, but it's pretty important that this hole is very tight around the wick so as not to A, let dirt fall down into the reservoir, and B, one possible problem I foresee with this whole venture is eventually the roots growing down to find more water. That's how plants work. They just go crazy with their roots. To help me thread the sashing through the hole, which is considerably smaller than it, I have taped off the end with like blue paper tape. I'm sure any kind of like masking tape would work. I have now successfully drilled holes and run the sashing through the holes down. I measured the distance from the top of the toilet down into the water. Hopefully I got it about right. I don't want the sashing to go too far into the water, because otherwise you're going to end up sucking all the water out of your tank. And then when you have a nice juicy dump, it'll be tough for you to flush it. You'll have to flush twice maybe. So I did two to try to give more even water distribution, moisture distribution coming up through the wick. The wicks seem to be doing pretty well, but I'm priming them. I added some potting soil and I'm about to add some seeds. I hope that's enough grass seed. I'm gonna kind of work it into the soil now. So my toilet gardener has been fully seeded. Yeah, now I'm working up a sweat, working in the garden, toilet garden. And now it's just kind of a waiting game. See what happens, but hopefully this grass will grow like crazy, and I won't ever have to water it because it will be sucking moisture up through the reservoir. And also I take showers in here, it gets pretty humid in here. I think these are pretty good growing conditions for just about any plant. This is almost exactly a week after I first made the toilet gardener. I actually did water it a couple of times this week because I read the instructions on the grass seeds, basically calling for them to be essentially in mud for the first week or so. You gotta germinate them. The experiment's going pretty good, at least from the growing standpoint, and I'm probably not gonna water it anymore from now on.